Hello, my dear friends. A very good evening to all of you, bacha logo. So already some students have started messaging in the chat box. Hello, Manan. Yes, I remember you from Pro Batch. Good evening, Sahil. Good evening, everyone. A big welcome to all of you in this second lecture of IPMAT Essentials 2026, Logical Reasoning and Data Interpretation. तो फ्रेंड्स, इफ आई एम क्लियरली विजिबल एंड ऑडिबल, अगर आप मुझे देख सकते हो, सुन सकते हो क्लियरली, सो जल्दी से यस लिख दो चैट बॉक्स में. कम ऑन. सो आई वांट ऑल ऑफ यू, those who can hear me clearly, those who can see me properly, please write yes in the chat box if I'm clearly visible and audible. I missed first lecture, no problem. What's your name? Sahil, no problem at all if you have missed the first lecture. So logical reasoning, data interpretation में एक फायदा होता है. Logical reasoning especially, the topics are not dependent on each other. ठीक है. So आपने essentials का IPMAT Essentials 2026 का फर्स्ट लेक्चर मिस कर दिया है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. फर्स्ट लेक्चर में हमने बेसिक्स ऑफ क्लॉक्स ये टॉपिक किया था. And we have done some questions. We have discussed some questions based on clocks. Now, friends, today's topic is direction senses, right? Now, the students who remember or who know the basics of directions, jaldi se ek bar acknowledgement dal do, a big yes in the chat box. Those who are familiar with the basics of direction senses, डायरेक्शंस क्या होती है, कौन सी होती है, डायरेक्शंस के क्वेश्चंस किस टाइप के आ सकते हैं, तो ये चीज अगर आपको पता है, आपने ऑलरेडी स्टडी किया हुआ है, यू हैव गॉन थ्रू द बेसिक्स ऑफ डायरेक्शंस, क्विकली राइट यस इन द चैट बॉक्स. अदरवाइज यू मे राइट नो इन द चैट बॉक्स. सर, इंदौर के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स क्या है LRDI में? ओके, सो what's your name? I cannot identify your name, whosoever is asking. But if you are targeting IPMAT इंदौर में जैसे हमें अगर पता है क्वांट के सेक्शन में 5 क्वेश्चंस आते हैं लॉजिकल रीजनिंग या डेटा इंटरप्रिटेशन से, राइट? सो ऑब्वियसली ईच एंड एवरी thing that is there in data interpretation is definitely important. Now, over the years, if we'll analyze the paper of IPMAT Indore, we have seen questions coming from different areas. Games and tournaments से भी क्वेश्चन आया है, अरेंजमेंट्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूशंस से भी एक क्वेश्चन आया है. सो जनरली अगर IPMAT इंदौर की बात करें तो 5 क्वेश्चंस का एक सेट आता है. These 5 questions are related to each other, right? So we cannot tell you important topics, but अगर 5 years का ट्रेंड देखोगे, so data interpretation and logical reasoning, especially games and tournaments, distributions, arrangements, इस टाइप की चीजें थोड़ी ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. So did you analyze IMB UG एग्जाम कैसे था? मन, IM UG का जो पेपर था वो मॉडरेट था, ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट नहीं था. ठीक है. So yes, I analyzed the logical reasoning section only, right? It's Arnima. Okay, fine. So friends, let's begin with today's topic. ज़्यादा time waste नहीं करते इधर-उधर की चीजों में. So let's start with today's topic. So this is the second lecture. This is the second lecture of IPMAT Essential 2026, wherein we are discussing some of the most important topics as far as our examinations are concerned of logical reasoning and data interpretation. Now, today's agenda will be looking at some of the basic concepts of direction senses, and we'll look at some different type of questions on direction senses, right? So basic concepts पे हम 5 to 10 minutes spend करेंगे, and then we'll be solving some of the questions which are on the basis of the basics that we will learn today. Okay, so let's quickly start with the basics. Now, some students are saying that they are familiar with the concepts of direction senses. Now, to start with, direction senses में 2 different type के questions मिल सकते हैं. Now, अब different types, ये जो categorization है, it depends on the directions. So there are some questions in which ये जो डायरेक्शंस होती है ना, नॉर्थ, साउथ, वेस्ट, ईस्ट, ये हमें पहले से ही फिक्स करके चलनी होती है. इन द अदर टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस, द डायरेक्शंस कैन नॉट बी फिक्स्ड एट द बिगिनिंग ऑफ द क्वेश्चन, राइट? सो वन टाइप इज द डायरेक्शन, द ओरिएंटेशन ऑफ डायरेक्शंस is fixed. Right? Now directions are fixed as in अगर मैं यहाँ पे एक प्लस साइन बनाता हूं, ओके, तो कन्वेंशनली व्हाट वी टेक इज नॉर्थ यहां पे होता है, नॉर्थ, साउथ, वेस्ट, ईस्ट. नाउ दिस इज एज पर आर कन्वेंशन. हम जनरली अगर डायरेक्शंस लिखते हैं, सो वी ड्रॉ अ प्लस साइन, हम एक प्लस साइन बनाते हैं एंड ऊपर वाला डायरेक्शन नॉर्थ, उसके ऑपोजिट साउथ, लेफ्ट में वेस्ट आ जाता है एंड राइट साइड में ईस्ट आ जाता है. नाउ इंस्टेड ऑफ दिस अगर आप डायरेक्शंस को चेंज कर देते हो, लेट्स से आई विल रोटेट दिस पर्टिकुलर, ये जो प्लस बनाया ना यहां पे, मैं इसको रोटेट कर देता हूं क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन में बाय 90 डिग्रीज एंड आई ऑब्टेन अ फिगर लाइक दिस, नॉर्थ, साउथ, वेस्ट एंड ईस्ट. सो ऑल ऑफ यू टेल मी, जस्ट राइट yes or no. Can I assume this particular direction, this particular set of directions at the beginning of the question to solve any question of direction senses? क्या मैं इस direction set को assume कर सकता हूं? Yes या no? Absolutely, we can do that. ठीक है? So conventionally अगर हम directions को ये consider करें या फिर ये consider करें या फिर इस plus sign को एक और बार मैं 90 डिग्री से rotate कर देता हूं, तो फाइनल आंसर पे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. ठीक है, राइट? सो इन एनी क्वेश्चन यू कैन अज्यूम दीज डायरेक्शंस, राइट? द इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज द साइक्लिक ओरिएंटेशन ऑफ द डायरेक्शन शुड बी सेम. फॉर एग्जांपल, नॉर्थ अगर यहां पे है तो नॉर्थ से क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन में जाएंगे तो ईस्ट आना चाहिए. सिमिलरली नॉर्थ से क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन में जाएंगे तो ईस्ट. यस, इट इज फाइन. Then from east, if I'll go further in clockwise direction, I'll encounter south. So east से clockwise direction south, and then south से clockwise direction में west, south से clockwise direction में west. So the clockwise orientation of these directions should be same, should remain same, and then you can use any set of directions, any conventional directions, right? It will not affect the health of your answer. Answer हमेशा same ही आएगा. Okay? So we have to take care of the clockwise and anti-clockwise. Yes, Sanket, you are absolutely correct. So we'll have to take care about the clockwise orientation of these directions, right? So this is one thing. So there will be some questions in which we will have to fix the directions at the beginning of the question. Okay? So हम क्या करेंगे? Conventionally ही करेंगे सारी चीजें. Now we are programmed to take the directions in this manner: north, south, west and east, right? तो जो चीज हम बचपन से करते आ रहे हैं, जो चीज हम बचपन से देखते आ रहे हैं, why not follow the same thing? So we will be taking conventionally these directions and will not be taking these directions. हम इसको consider नहीं करेंगे in the questions where we'll have to fix the direction at the beginning, right? So this is one thing. Now here, when we have fixed these directions, okay, so north, south, west, east मैंने fix कर दिया है. Now there will be 4 other directions which will be used in the question, जिनका reference आपको question में दिखेगा. North and east के बीच में जो भी region होगा in this quadrant, this particular direction will be called as northeast. This direction between south and east will be called southeast. साउथ एंड वेस्ट के बीच में जो भी डायरेक्शन होगी दैट विल बी साउथ वेस्ट, एंड नॉर्थ एंड वेस्ट के बीच में जो भी डायरेक्शन होगी दैट विल बी कॉल्ड नॉर्थ वेस्ट, राइट? दैट्स इट, सिंपल. ओके, सो डायरेक्शंस एज फार एज these things are concerned, सब कुछ सेट है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. ओके, नाउ द नेक्स्ट थिंग दैट वी मस्ट नो इज a little bit of mathematical formula. एक formula जो हमने geometry में use किया था. It's not a formula, it's a theorem, right? So can you tell me which theorem I'm talking about? Yes, can you tell me which theorem I'm talking about? A theorem that we have learned in geometry, especially like if I'll give you an example or if I'll give you a little more hint, हमने triangles के केस में एक theorem study किया था. Absolutely. So Pythagoras. So I'm talking about Pythagoras theorem. All right. Now Pythagoras theorem की अगर बात करें, Pythagoras theorem is applicable in right angled triangle, and this particular theorem will be used in our questions of direction senses to find out the smallest or the shortest distance between 2 points, the straight line distance between 2 points. So if I'll consider the points A and B, okay, point A and B, which are not lying horizontally or vertically with respect to each other, right? A and B, they are not lying on the same horizontal line, and A and B are also not lying on the same vertical line. A yahan pe hai, B yahan pe hai, and I will have to find out the straight line distance between A and B. In that case, what we'll do is we will draw the line joining AB and then complete a right angled triangle. हम एक राइट एंगल ट्राइंगल कंप्लीट कर लेंगे. ओके, सो ए से एक वर्टिकल लाइन ड्रॉ किया मैंने एंड बी से एक हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन ड्रॉ किया एंड देयर इंटरसेक्शन पॉइंट इज सी. So let's say the distance between A and C, the vertical distance between A and C is given as 14, and vertical distance between B and C is given as 20. So can you tell me what will be the distance between A and B using Pythagoras theorem if you remember Pythagoras theorem? अगर आपको याद है Pythagoras theorem, so can you help me with the value of, with the distance between A and B using Pythagoras theorem? Come on, go ahead. नो ओम पाइथागोरस थ्योरम ये नहीं है, आप स्क्वायर लगाना भूल गए हो. सो व्हाट इज पाइथागोरस थ्योरम? पाइथागोरस थ्योरम इज hypotenuse square is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides, as in perpendicular square plus base square. All right, now in this case hypotenuse is AB, so AB square will be equal to, perpendicular is AC, the square of AC plus the square of BC, right? Now the value of AC is given as 14, so 14 square, the value of BC is 20, so 14 square plus 20 square, 14 square is 196, 20 square is 400, so this will be 596, that is the square of AB. तो अगर मुझे AB का वैल्यू चाहिए तो इट विल बी स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ 596. अब हम क्या करेंगे, 596 को फैक्टराइज करेंगे, राइट? सो अगर कोई भी फैक्टर्स को हम कॉमन लेके स्क्वायर रूट साइन के बाहर निकाल सकते हैं, वी कैन डू दैट, अदरवाइज वी विल लीव इट एज इट इज. नाउ संकेत 24 आंसर नहीं है, ठीक है ना? हाँ, सो 24 पॉइंट समथिंग. 596 का स्क्वायर रूट, so square root of 576 is 24 and square root of 625 is 25. तो ये वाला जो वैल्यू होगा 24 एंड 25 के बीच में होगा. बट जनरली जो ऑप्शंस होते हैं, ऑप्शंस डेसिमल्स में नहीं होते. जनरली ऑप्शंस आर इन द फॉर्म ऑफ स्क्वायर रूट, राइट? सो अगर मैं 596 को फैक्टराइज करता हूं, so first of all 596 we can clearly see that it is completely divisible by 4. तो 4 से डिवाइड करते हैं तो 1, 4 एंड 9, 149 आ गया है यहां पे, राइट? ठीक है. अब 149 अगेन यहां से कोई कॉमन फैक्टर में 2 नहीं निकाल सकता, 3 नहीं निकाल सकता, 4 नहीं है, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, no common factor can be taken out, right? So I will leave it as it is. So further, if I'll have to simplify, 2 square root of 149 can be written as the answer, and normally you will see options in this manner. All right, ठीक है? Sir, why they are always just in 3:4:5? No जगत, कभी भी ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है कि हमेशा 3:4:5 के रेशियो में ही होंगे. Yes, 3, 4, 5 is a Pythagorean triplet. 3 square plus 4 square is equal to 5 square. But कहीं पे भी ऐसा नहीं लिखा हुआ कि हमेशा पाइथागोरन ट्रिपलेट जो भी होगा वो 3:4:5 के रेशियो में होगा। ठीक है, तो ये जो चीज लिखी है आपने गलत लिखी है। इट्स नॉट नेसेसरी दैट दे विल ऑलवेज बी इन द रेशियो ऑफ 3:4:5। ठीक है बेटा, चलिए। So yes, our answer is 2 square root of 149. This is the shortest distance between point A and point B, right? So two things we'll have to take care about at the beginning: directions, the 4 directions, and the Pythagoras theorem, right? So you will find questions on the basis of these concepts that we have just seen. So let's first of all look at the basic questions, the basic type of questions based on direction senses. So on your screen is the first question. Let's see how many of you will be able to give me a correct answer of this one. Okay, Man, you are asking pro batch में classes क्यों नहीं हो रही है? बेटा pro batch का syllabus already complete हो चुका है, that's why. So logical reasoning, data interpretation का syllabus complete हो चुका है, that's why they are not having classes. All right? साहिल, स्क्वायर रूट कैसे निकाला? स्क्वायर रूट एग्जैक्टली फाइंड आउट नहीं किया, मैंने फैक्टराइज किया था। ठीक है, तो यूजिंग द मेथड ऑफ फैक्टराइजेशन वी हैव डन दैट। Now man, there will be revision classes that will happen. All right, so revision classes होंगी, so you may attend those classes. Now all of you focus on this question. Ajay started from his house and moved 10 meters south before turning left. After walking another 15 meters, he turned right. And after walking another 10 meters, he turned right again and walked 30 meters. Now at this point, how far is he from his house? You have 4 options. Now what we have to do is we just have to draw a proper diagram. Now diagram banate waqt, first thing obviously that we'll have to take care is the directions. Directions के साथ साथ left and right movement. तो ये आपका left या मेरा left नहीं होगा, it will be the left of the person who will be moving. So left and right will be according to the person who is moving in this figure. ठीक है, so directions and left and right इस चीज का ध्यान रखना है. Also you will have to take care about the distance that is like that they are moving. So distance थोड़ा सा scaling का ध्यान रखना है. So 10 meters and 15 meters. So 10 meters, 15 meters, obviously इन दोनों में difference होना चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप lines draw करो and सारी की सारी lines equal draw कर लो. ठीक है, so थोड़ा सा scaling का भी ध्यान रखना है. So Ajay started from his house. Let's say this is the house of Ajay and moved 10 meters towards south. So I'll go as per convention, north, south, west, east. Okay, so south will be downwards. So ये इसका घर है, अजय का house, H लिख देता हूं मैं यहाँ पे, and he moved 10 meters south, that means downward direction 10 meters. Okay, and he reached this point. Done? Now from here he turned left. अब ये बंदा नीचे की तरफ आ रहा है, इसका लेफ्ट कहां पे होगा? His left will be towards the direction of east. ठीक है, now left move कर left turn करने के बाद इसने 15 meters further walk किया. So 15 meters and वो यहां पे पहुंच गया. Done? Then he turned right. अब ये इस डायरेक्शन में जा रहा है तो इसका राइट नीचे की तरफ होगा, that means towards south. तो इसने राइट टर्न किया and he walked another 10 meters. Perfect. तो यहाँ पे 10 meters इसने और चला और यहाँ पे पहुंच गया. Then he turned to his right again. अब ये नीचे की तरफ जा रहा है, इसका राइट वेस्ट की तरफ होगा and walked 30 meters. तो यहां से ये राइट टर्न करके 30 meters वॉक कर रहा है. Now you will have to carefully draw this line of 30 meters. अब ये वाली जो लाइन थी ऑलरेडी 15 meters की थी, तो 30 meters की लाइन इससे अप्रोक्सीमेटली डबल होनी चाहिए and it will take you to the other side, left hand side पे चला जाएगा. तो ये 15 मीटर्स था, ये भी 15 मीटर्स हो जाएगा। तो दिस लाइन ऑफ 15 मीटर्स विल कवर दिस लाइन ऑफ 15 मीटर्स। हमें टोटल 30 मीटर्स चाहिए, तो 15 के बाद 15 मीटर्स और ड्रॉ करना पड़ेगा। डन। एंड लेट्स से दिस इज द फाइनल पॉइंट दैट ही रीच्ड। ओके, तो लेट्स से दिस इज, मैं पॉइंट्स को दोबारा से नाम दे देता हूं। ओके, so let's say originally the point was A and this point is B. Done. Now we'll draw a complete right angled triangle. तो A से इस लाइन को एक्सटेंड कर देते हैं and let me call this point as point C. So all of you tell me first of all what will be the length of AC. AC का लेंथ कितना होगा इस डायग्राम में? ऑलराइट संकेत, ठीक है। Come on, AC का लेंथ, तो AC will be 10 plus 10, that is 20, clearly visible. AC is 20 and BC is 15. I'll join A and B and will complete a right angled triangle. The length of AB will be equal to square root of 20 square plus 15 square. That is square root of 400 plus 225. That is square root of 625 and square root of 625 is equal to 25. Okay, so 25, that is option C, correctly given by all of you. Option C is the correct answer. All right, ठीक है? So that was the first question. Let's quickly shift our focus to the second question. अच्छा, एक और चीज before I'll move on to the next question. If I'll ask you one more question, what is the direction of final point, that is B, with respect to initial point A? What is the direction of point B with respect to point A? Then what will be your answer of this question? All right, perfect. Now we'll have to find out, we'll have to tell the direction of B with respect to A. A के रिस्पेक्ट में बताना है। तो जिस भी पॉइंट के रिस्पेक्ट में बताना है, तो आप क्या करो, A के रिस्पेक्ट में बताना है तो पॉइंट A पे प्लस साइन बनाओ एंड जो डायरेक्शंस हमने अज्यूम की थी ना, ये वाली डायरेक्शंस चिपका दो यहां पे, नॉर्थ, साउथ, वेस्ट एंड ईस्ट। ठीक है, पॉइंट ए पे मैंने ये डायरेक्शंस बना दी। विद रिस्पेक्ट टू ए बताना था तो ए पे मैंने ये चारों डायरेक्शंस बता दी। ठीक है, अब पॉइंट बी पॉइंट ए के रिस्पेक्ट में इस डायरेक्शन में है, तो ये कहां पे है, साउथ और वेस्ट के बीच में है, तो आंसर क्या हो जाएगा, साउथ वेस्ट। सो आंसर फॉर दिस विल बी साउथ वेस्ट। ऑलराइट, सो पॉइंट बी विल बी in the southwest direction of point A. Okay, so ओम नॉर्थ वेस्ट नहीं होगा, आंसर साउथ वेस्ट होगा। I have told you this thing. ठीक है, चलो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन करते हैं, क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 ऑन योर स्क्रीन। Let's read the question. The main door of my office faces west and the back door facing opposite to it. So main door west की तरफ फेस कर रहा है, बैक डोर ऑपोजिट टू वेस्ट, दैट मींस ईस्ट की तरफ फेस कर रहा है। I walk out of the back door and walk 1 kilometer, turn left and walk another 1 kilometer, then turn right, walk 2 kilometers, turn left again and walk 1 kilometer. What is the shortest distance that I must travel to reach my initial point? Okay. मन आंसर एक बार लिखो, ठीक है, एंड प्रेफरेबली ऑप्शन ए लिख सकते हो आप। ठीक है, तो नो नीड टू राइट रूट 13, जस्ट राइट ए जैसे आपने किया है अब। All right, so 2 students have given the answer as option A. That's nice. All right, so let's take this question. Now, main door is facing west and back door opposite to it. That means east. And the person went out of the back door and walked 1 kilometer. So back door se nikla towards east. So that means the first movement of this person will be in the east direction. Okay. So let's say this is the starting point. So this person walked for 1 kilometer in east direction. Turn left. Left ऊपर की तरफ होगा. So let's say he started from here, right? 1 kilometer. Turn left. Left इसका ऊपर की तरफ होगा 1 kilometer. Then he turned right and walked 2 kilometers and turn left again and walk 1 kilometer. So left again and 1 kilometer. So ये वाला distance 1 kilometer होगा and he stopped here. Okay. Let's say original point A and final point is B. Now once again we'll complete the right angled triangle. So B से एक vertical line नीचे की तरफ, A से एक horizontal line, and let me call this point as C. So all of you quickly give me the value of AC. AC कितना होगा? Come on, the value of AC. So AC का length कितना हो जाएगा? 1 plus 2, that is 3. So length of AC will be 3 and the length of BC. BC का value कितना होगा? It will be 1 plus 1, that is 2. The length of BC will be 2. So our answer, the straight line distance between AB will be equal to square root of 3 square plus 2 square. That is square root of 13. Square root of 13, we have it in the options. So option A, correctly given by all of you. Option A is the correct answer of this question. Okay, chalo, jaldi se aage chalte hain towards the next question. Now, next question is a set of questions. So there will not be a single question based on this direction set. So this is the direction set. Draw the diagram. Diagram draw karo. And once you are done drawing the diagram, post done in the chat box. So pehle diagram draw karo and then I'll display the questions one by one. Okay. So on your screen is the complete direction set. Draw the diagram, post done in the chat box. All right, so one of the students is done with the diagram, Man. So Man, I'm waiting for a few seconds, right? So you have time, so you can cross check. Make sure that you haven't made any mistake while drawing this diagram. Divyanshi is also done. Good. Now a few more seconds, then we'll start drawing this diagram. Okay. Perfect, perfect. So let's look at this one. So first of all, read the directions. Ritu start walking towards east and covers a distance of 30 meters to reach point S. Now she moves towards south and reached point O, distance of 25 meters. Then she took a right turn and reached point V after a distance of 40. Finally, she took 2 consecutive left turns. So two consecutive left turns and covered a distance of 10 and 20 meters respectively to reach point M. So let's say we start from this point. So Ritu starts walking towards east and covers a distance of 30 meters to reach point S. So first movement is towards east. So east and 30 meters. This point is point S. Okay. Now she moved towards south and reached point O after a distance of 25. So south, this is point O and the distance is 25. Done. Then she took a right turn and reached point V after a distance of 40 meters. Now right turn will be in the direction of west and 40 meters. तो 40 meters ये 30 meters वाली line को cross कर लेगा and this will be point V. So I'll mark a point here. So 30 meters and 10 meters will make a complete 40 meters. Done है? ठीक है, आगे चलते हैं. Finally, she took two consecutive left turns. So यहां से पहला left turn नीचे की तरफ होगा, distance of 10 meters, and another left turn will be in this direction, a distance of 20. So 20 का distance, ये 10 का distance यहां पे cover होगा, and another distance of 10. Okay, and finally she reached point M. So this point is point M. Right? Now, all of you, those who have a similar figure, please post same figure, yeah, same or whatever in the chat box, just to tell me that you have got the same figure. Come on. Great, wonderful. Okay, chaliye. So you have the figure in front of you, same figure. So let's have a look at the first question. So first question to all of you. Point M is in which direction of Ritu's starting point? Point M is in which direction with respect to Ritu's starting point? मन अगर कोई मिस्टेक नहीं है उस क्वेश्चन में, सब कुछ मीटर्स में है, एक चीज किलोमीटर में है, राइट? सो ऐसा पॉसिबल हो सकता है एग्जाम में, बट जनरली ऐसा मैंने क्वेश्चंस में नहीं देखा एज फार एज क्वेश्चंस ऑफ डायरेक्शन सेंसेस आर कंसर्न. ठीक है, चलो. तो पॉइंट एम की डायरेक्शन बतानी है विद रिस्पेक्ट टू ऋतुज स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट. ऋतु का स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट है ये एंड पॉइंट एम यहां पे है. सो पॉइंट एम इज इन दिस डायरेक्शन. Conventionally, if I'll draw, so north, south, west, east, and we are talking about this direction, arrow is pointing in this direction, so answer will be southeast. Okay, so southeast, that is option A should be the correct answer of this question. Perfect. Let's move on to look at the next question. So the second question based on the same direction set. What is the shortest distance between points O and M? O and M के बीच में shortest distance बताना है. Alright. तो चलिए फिगर की तरफ चलते हैं and let's connect points O and M. So O and M with a straight line, and if I'll make a right angle triangle, तो right angle triangle मैं इस तरफ भी बना सकता हूं यहां पे, and let's say this is point X. ठीक है. Now first of all, length of OX, length of OX, इसको यहां से हटा देते हैं. OX का लेंथ, so OX का लेंथ हो जाएगा 10 meters. Done, no problem at all. Now I want all of you to tell me the length of mx. ox का लेंथ तो बहुत इजी है कैलकुलेट करना, ox विल बी इक्वल टू दिस लेंथ, यहां पे 10 है, यहां पे भी 10 हो जाएगा. नाउ mx का लेंथ कितना होगा ये जल्दी से लिख दो चैट बॉक्स में. सो mx कितना होगा, लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड दिस. ये पूरा का पूरा लाइन था 40 मीटर्स. 40 में से 10 एंड 10 20 मीटर्स वो राइट में आ गया, तो 40 में से 20 कवर अप हो गया, तो रिमेनिंग कितना बचा 20. सो mx शुड बी इक्वल टू 20. ओके, सो राइट एंगल ट्राइंगल है, distances are 10 and 20, the two sides are 10 and 20, so answer should be under root of 10 square plus 20 square, that is square root of 500, and square root of 500 can be written as 10 square root of 5. So 10 square root of 5, that is option D is the correct answer of this question. All right, ठीक है जी, चलिए. Now let's shift our focus to our next question, which is again a multiple question set. So again single question nahi hai, you will find multiple questions on this. So again I'm giving you 1 minute to quickly draw the diagram, and then I'll take you to the questions one by one. Quickly draw the diagram and post done in the chat box once you are done drawing this diagram. Be a little quick. All right, nice, done. So let me start drawing the diagram and we'll see if both of us have drawn the same diagram, if all of us have drawn the same diagram. Okay. So point Z is the 25 meters south of point P. So I can start with point P randomly. P को assume कर लेते हैं P, and Z is 25 meters south. So this is point Z and the distance is 25. And the same point Z is 30 meters east of point M. So Z is 30 meters east of point M. So point M and 30 meters east of M, also the point Z. Okay. Now next point K, point X, point L, second line को मैं drop कर रहा हूँ because इसका कोई relation नहीं है with the points that we have already drawn. Point R is 15 meters east of T, no relation. T, which is 20 meters north of M. So T is 20 meters north of M. So point T यहाँ पे हो जाएगा, and this distance is 20 meters. Done? 25 and 20. Careful. So point T is 20 meters north of M. North of M, M के ऊपर होगा. Point R is 15 meters east of T. So 15 meters east of T, that means towards the right hand side east. So point R is 15 meters east of T. Done? अभी तक सही चल रहा है, आगे चलते हैं. Now I cannot take this one, so I'll look at the last line. Point X is 10 meters south of Z. So 10 meters south of Z is point X. Done. Then come back to this line. I'll change the color of pen. So point K is 35 meters west of X. तो X के वेस्ट में चले जाते हैं and 35 meters. 35 meters point K to the west of X, and again point K is 15 meters south of L. So 15 meters south of L. So this is 15 meters and this point will be L. Okay. So I'm done with the figure. Please tell me, please help me out. Have I drawn a correct figure or not? सब कुछ सही है या कुछ गलत है यहाँ पे? Come on, people, tell me, have you drawn the same figure? Same figure बना है? Okay, so one student says not same. ठीक है. Same figure बना है या नहीं बना है? So some of you have got the same. So 3 of you have got the same figure. Perfect. So we have the figure. अब आगे चल सकते हैं. ठीक है. So question number 1. Which of the following points are in the straight line? कौन कौन से points straight line में हैं? So you have the figure in front of you. So tell me which of these points are in a straight line. So which option will be correct according to you? Okay, great. Wonderful. Simple question है. So if I'll go back to the figure, now options में यहाँ पे 3 points given है. So we'll have to look at which 3 points are in the straight line. Okay. Now going back to the figure, कहीं पे भी 3 points जैसे Z, M, L, they are not in the straight line. यहाँ distance 10 है, यहाँ distance 15 है. Only these 3 points vertically are in the same line. P, Z, X. P, Z, N, X. I can see clearly that these are the 3 points which are in the straight line. So option D should be the correct answer of this question. Okay? अब ये चीज तभी मिल सकती है जब आपकी फिगर सही है. क्वेश्चन बहुत इजी है, but once you have the correct figure in front of you, then only you can say that the question is easy. Okay? Second question. What is the shortest distance between L and P? L और P के बीच में shortest distance कितना है? Come on, work it out. The shortest distance between L and P. Okay, nice. So option D and option C. So option D or option C? Come on, tell me. चलिए, so majority says option D. फिगर पे चलते हैं. L and P के बीच का distance चाहिए. So once again, I'll take this color, L and P. So L is here and P is here. So I'll draw a vertical and a horizontal line, and let's say this point is Q. Okay. So length of LQ find out करना है and PQ find out करना है. Now PQ का length find out करना बहुत easy है. It will be equal to 35. So 35, ये वाला जो 35 दिख रहा है at the bottom. So PQ का length हो जाएगा 35. No problem at all. The problem will be finding the length of LQ. Now LQ का length होगा this entire length 35, 25 plus 10, 25 plus 10, माइनस दिस लेंथ 15, इस 15 को माइनस कर देंगे तो ये वाला लेंथ कितना आ जाएगा, this will be equal to 20. So now we'll apply Pythagoras theorem on 20 and 35. तो 20 and 35 पे पाइथागोरस लगा देते हैं, स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ 20 स्क्वायर प्लस 35 स्क्वायर, तो स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ 400, या फिर पहले ही यहां से 5 स्क्वायर कॉमन ले लेते हैं यार, आसान हो जाएगा। तो 5 स्क्वायर कॉमन लेके बाहर 5 आ जाएगा, तो यहां पे बचेगा 4 एंड यहां पे बचेगा 7। ठीक है ना, कैलकुलेशन इजी हो जाती है। तो 5 square root of 16 plus 49, that is 5 square root of 65. So 5 square root of 65, that is option C is the correct answer of this question. Okay, fine. So संकेत, calculations के लिए ये method use कर सकते हो, this will be faster, this will be easier, this will be more accurate. ठीक है ना। तो मैंने क्या किया, पहले ही 20 एंड 35 में से 5 कॉमन ले लिया, तो 5 स्क्वायर कॉमन लेंगे तो स्क्वायर रूट के बाहर 5 आ जाएगा, 20 में से 5 निकल गया 4 बचा, 35 में से 5 निकल गया 7 बचा। सो दिस वे इफ यू डू कैलकुलेशंस इट विल बी मच इजियर एंड मच एक्यूरेट फॉर यू। ओके, ठीक है, चलो। सो दिस इज इट अबाउट दिस क्वेश्चन। यस, वी हैव वन मोर क्वेश्चन। So point K is in which direction with respect to point R? सक्षम मॉक्स ऑलरेडी है हमारे पास, ऑलरेडी स्टार्ट हो चुके हैं, सो बेटा आप वो वहां से स्टार्ट कर सकते हो, ठीक है ना। सो यू डोंट हैव टू वेट एनी मोर, यू कैन स्टार्ट विद द मॉक्स, दे आर ऑलरेडी गिवन। ऑलराइट संकेत, गुड गुड गुड, वेरी गुड। Alright, so point K is in which direction with respect to point R? So point R, let's mark point R. So point R was this point, ठीक है, right? And दूसरा point क्या था? Sorry, point K. So point K in which direction with respect to point R? कहाँ गया question? Okay. Point K is here. Okay. तो R के रिस्पेक्ट में इस डायरेक्शन में है, नॉर्थ साउथ वेस्ट ईस्ट, in this direction it is southwest. So I hope your answer is southwest, सबका आंसर southwest है, so option B, that is southwest, is the correct answer of this question. Fine, ठीक है, चलिए, so that's all about this question, and I believe that's all about today's class. So friends, thank you very much for being such a wonderful set of students. मतलब मेरे को तो आज सही में मजा आ गया, the way you were responding, and I can say that majority of the answers given by Sanket, Shubham, Divyanshi, and Kishan, a lot of the students, Man, Sahil, a lot of you have given correct answer because you were actively solving these questions. So keep it up. I'll see you in the next lecture. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.